Alright, so the last and final chapter of How the Mind Works by Christian D. Larson, written and published back in 1912. Chapter 20, When Mind is on the Heights. When the great soul transcends the world of things, it invariably begins to dream of that which is greater, finer, more perfect, more beautiful, and more sublime than what the life of present experience has been able to produce. But those dreams are not mere dreams. They are actually glimpses of what is possible, or what may be near at hand. That is, prophetic visions of what is to be. The dreams of the small soul are usually temporary creations of an unguided imagination, but the dreams of the great soul are flashes of light emanating from the realms of supreme light, revealing secrets that man shall someday be able to make his own. What the great soul discerns in his visions and dreams is nothing less than the greater life of those greater things into the possessions of which he is being prepared to enter. But if we would gain those greater things which are in store, we must proceed to claim our own, and not simply continue to dream. The prophetic vision of the great soul does not reveal what will come to pass of its own accord, but what such a soul is now competent to bring to pass, provided he will use the powers that are in his possession now. It's very interesting because there is no better time than now to become the person that you've always wanted to be. There is no better time than now. It's like Eric Thomas always says, now, how did it go? I just had it right now and then I just completely forgot it. Okay, I got it. There is no better time than now to create the opportunities that you've always wanted, because that is what you have to do. You have to create it. You have to create that opportunity. If you want to be that person you see yourself to become, you have to create that experience. And it starts with you, and it starts with doing what you need to do here and now. Start where you are now. Don't start after you've got something better. Don't start until you think that you have all the material you need. Take what you have now and make the most out of it. Like, I've only got one camera. I've just got this camera. I just got these books. That didn't stop me from making these videos and sharing this information with you guys. There was so much more that I could do to make these videos better and for you guys to follow along more clearer and better. But that is not something that I could make possible right now until I get those specific things at hand. And I don't have those things yet, but I know I will one day. And you too will have those things that you will to have one day. You just need to stay in the process and do today's work now. And do the best work with what you have now, because you have to get started now. Okay. The prophetic vision of the great soul does not reveal what will come to pass of its own accord, but what such a soul is now competent to bring to pass, provided he will use the powers that are in his possession now. In brief, a prophetic vision does not reveal something that is coming to you, but reveals something that you now have the power to bring to yourself, if you will. The soul that can transcend the world of passing things and dream of the world of better things is now in possession of the necessary power to make his dreams come true. For the fact is, we cannot discern the ideal until we have the power to make it real, nor can the mind arise into worlds sublime until it has gained the power to make its own life sublime. Therefore, the soul that can look into the mystic future and discern a more beautiful life is prepared for such a life, has found the secret path to such a life, has the power to create such a life, though not merely in ages to come, but now. For what we see in our visions today, we have the power to bring to pass in the present. This is indeed a great truth, and then nothing could possibly bring greater joy to the soul of man. If we can see better days until our minds are on the heights, we can rest assured that we have the power to create better days, but we must proceed to use that power if we would enter into the pastures green that are before us. The law is that what we see in the ideal we must work for in the actual, for it is in this way alone that our dreams can come true without fail. The dreams of the great soul always appear when the mind is on the heights, and it is such dreams alone that can contain the prophetic vision. What we dream of while on the lowlands of life has no value. The fact is that if we know the next step, if we would know what today could bring forth, if we would know what is best now, if we would know what we are able to attain and achieve now, if we would know those greater things that are now in store for us, we would rise to the mountaintop along the soul's transcendent existence, the top of the soul's transcendent existence. It is there, and there alone, that these things are made known. And every mind can at times ascend to those sublime heights. The great soul can readily rise to those mountaintops. In brief, such a soul has no other visions than those that appear on the mountaintops. Therefore, the dreams of the great soul are not mere dreams. They are positive indications of what can be done, and what will be done. They are glimpses of the splendors of a greater day. The soul that can rise to the mountaintops and see the splendor of great things can indeed rejoice with great joy, for such a soul is not destined for an ordinary life. Greater things are at hand, and a wonderful future will positively be realized. But such a future, with its richer possibilities and its more worthy attainments, will not come back to us where we now stand. We must move forward and work for what we have seen in the vision. That which is greater does not come back to that which is lesser. We must press on into the life of the greater if we would realize such a life. And if we dream the dreams of the great soul, those dreams will indicate that we can. That what we have seen on the heights reveals what we can do if we will. We have gained the power, the gates are ajar, and in the beautiful somewhere our own is waiting. Now, I want to end this with a positive affirmation. I know I said it in another video, but say this to yourself every day. I can be what I will to be. I can be what I will to be. You can be what you will to be. We all could be what we will to be. We all have the power to make our life our own. We all have the power to make our dreams our greatest realizations. We all have the power, and it is within us. We can only bring it to pass when we bring what is within us and move it to what is outside of us, into the external. And we do that by taking action. Action, action, action. Thought is the first level of creation. Everything happens in the thoughts. Your body follows where your thoughts are. Your mind takes form and shape to what your thoughts are pouring into it. Okay, and your words are the second level of creation. Your words have power. There is something about words. It could either really hurt somebody, or you could lift somebody up towards the mountaintops. All with the useful help of a nice and kind word. Make sure all your words are only there to help people, because you never know, even if you're joking, you never know how somebody may take it, and it could really hurt them, and you don't want that. Even if you didn't mean it, you don't want that. And also actions. Action is the second level of creation, because in the action world is where the physical world is happening. Because the spirit moves the body, and the body moves the world. So, that being said, that is the end of this book, and that's the end of chapter 20, When Mind is on the Heights. Thank you for watching this series with me and going over this book with me, because not a lot of people really are aware that this is out there, and even if they are, they're not willing to read what's inside of it, because this information is golden. All of this information is golden, and I'm here to share this with you guys. And with that being said, thank you, and I'll see you in the next video for the next series of a book that I'm going to read. And that being said, I'll see you on the other side of the galaxy. Take care.